It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are indeed with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Time to get even more feel good. Working with materials that I think are considered industry waste by many, such as mining core, unrecycled wood, even granite. Joburg-based visual artist and innovator is the best way to describe her. Hannelie Coetzee creates ecological and thought-provoking artwork that is celebrated throughout the country, understandably so. And she is in the Cape right now for an outdoor sculpture exhibition taking place in Stellenbosch. And we've invited her and some of her creations into studio. Hannelie, so good to have you here.
Great, thanks for having me. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Who is this beautiful? I'm picking up a feminine vibe.
Absolutely, you know, hyenas are matriarchal. So
Yes.
she's absolutely female, yeah.
It's a hyena.
beautiful.
Well, look, we're going to get into a little bit of that in a bit, but let's go back to your art. Of course, it's inspiring, it's thought-provoking, but what exactly is the philosophy behind it? And I don't know, would you describe it a medium that you're expressing yourself? I don't know if that's the right question, but I'm sure you can tell us more.
Please, and we want to go deep here, so go deep.
Oh my goodness, that intro was so deep already. So I like to sort of make sense of things. I really am a digger. And when I try and figure things out, material that's wasted really irks me. So I try and sort of work with ecological thoughts. Like earlier you were saying, Rael, that we've got to change our water habits.
Yeah.
So when you say it, like, how do you actually change it? Like, what do you have to do, you know? So I try and create opportunity where things like that can change through artworks. So I don't know if that's deep enough, but
It's what we hear for.
very-
I would love to see more of it, yeah, man.
that's the aim, sort of the approach that I've got is to try and figure out how do you do it and how to use art to do that.
Then,
Beautiful.
is there a concurrent, because obviously the hyenas are front and center stage, and beautifully so with this. Do you try to build a narrative with an exhibition? Is it each individual piece comes to you as an inspiration? How do you go about building what we are able now to see as a part of an exhibition in Stellenbosch currently? How do you approach something like that? And when do you know you've reached a point where you're ready, okay, let's release these babies to the world?
I think it's a combination of things, but I suppose you got to sort of, I had to learn to listen. I wasn't a good listener. And I think a world with less egos is a friendlier world and a more sort of accepting world. And I think if we create a space where people can not compete with ego and fight for it, it's more comfortable and I think the art world is not always so comfortable. So that's why I often work outside. So the sculpture exhibition at Stellenbosch, what's wonderful about it, so they have a trust, and then every second year there's a biennial exhibition, and we make work. So 8 artists were invited this time to make specific work, and each person have their own like idea of what to do. But because it's outside, it's pretty COVID friendly, and it's challenging, but it also creates a space where you listen as much as you contribute your artwork. And so what often happens on the spot, like when I first did, I'm doing an engraving in Stellenbosch outside on a farm, but when I first did that kind of engraving, I had to open my ears up to the street to hear what's going on around me. And the artwork was actually a response to what was going on in the street.
wow.
So you've got to sort of think in the moment when you're working in public.
I love that. Let's talk about this moment right here, because every time I look at it, it's literally blowing me away because I'm seeing like crutches. At first, it just looked like art, but now I'm seeing deeper into this. And this was something that was displayed at the 2018 Watershed Exhibition that was held at Wits University as well. What is the concept behind this beautiful, let's call it a creature? This
What is she
art
feeling
piece?
right now?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think? With those, the tongue hanging out or whatever. No, I think when I first started with the hyenas, I heard a story that the hyenas followed the green corridors through the city And this hit the news, but just somewhere like Krugersdorp Times or whatever. It wasn't like the big...
It wasn't national.
Yeah. But what really was interesting is that they actually are these very curious creatures that go and follow the green, like we should. And our rivers are completely contaminated and suppressed in Joburg. It's completely canaled up and it stinks. I've been on a field trip with the Joburg water guys, and we went to go look at it. Like in a dry season, we went down to have a look at the Yixkay Eye. So we took a sample and actually tested it, and the Yixkay River Eye is not contaminated. So that for me was a complete breakthrough in my career. So it's not only about making the work, but it's about where the work takes me. And on this exhibition, I took people on walkabouts. So we walked the watershed. I don't know if you know, but through Joburg is the intercontinental watershed.
Really?
So like from the Braamfontein Hill, everything north goes into the Atlantic, the sun.
Wow,
Everything south goes into the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
And that watershed is in Joburg.
Oh, wow.
So that high ground where the water then sheds is the green belt, pretty much, where these hyenas actually find their own route. And this really happens still in this day and age. So I thought that was really deeply inspiring to learn from nature and then to really make work that relates to that.
I understand that this cheeky, beautiful hyena, because she is cheeky, there's something cheeky about that tongue sticking out here. This is going to stay here?
Yeah. No, you guys.
Welcome, girl.
So
Welcome, girl.
we did a wonderful exchange, and she is staying.
Oh,
for your
thank you
collection.
so much. It's going to be a constant reminder to us. It's a connection to our planet, to our beautiful country. What you've just told me about that watershed, there's something, a deeper significance in that. Thank you so much for joining us,
you're
and thank you for
welcome.
this beautiful, beautiful piece. We
It's
really...
completely made out of waste. Everything there is picked up.
Oh, absolutely. Hannelie, you are a superstar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.